Hey everybody, we are here at Lake Ann for the Reston Farmers Market. You see around, they've actually got live music down there today. And they got vendors all up and down here. We're actually here to talk to you guys, as usual, about GreenFare Organic Cafe, which is behind me, and Denise is behind me too. And we want to actually talk to you guys today about why GreenFare is different than a regular restaurant, like what they do differently, and is it going to benefit you or not? And like basically all the details concerning that. And Denise actually has some muffins here for us. We're gonna go run. I got my shirt on, my running shirt, right?
Yes. So after we run, we can have ginger turmeric recovery muffins and maybe share them with our friends who are having beer and pretzels.
Yeah, that's right. Well, this is much lower glycemic index. I'm telling you, the pretzels are good, but they're also like a really refined processed white flour. So it hits you fast with a big burst of energy, and then you crash. But before we get any further, let me just say that GreenFare, the tent right behind us, is here until noon today. They don't open their actual location in Herndon until 11 o'clock. So if you want to see GreenFare, come on down now. And like I said, there's always other vendors here, including lots of plant farmers here, but you want to get some organic produce maybe while you're here, definitely, check the place out and load up on that stuff. But just remember, GreenFare, the location in Herndon opens at 11, but these guys right here are here until noon. So make sure you come by here until noon today. Actually, anytime until then. But let's talk about GreenFare. First of all, we've been talking about these videos. We kind of make them long. You're like, why the heck are you guys making these long videos? What are you talking about? It's because, basically your health is so important. And it's kind of complicated, but it's kind of not. But unfortunately, the way the world is set up, it's all like not in your favor, right? Basically, everything's set up so that you're going to fail. that's a short story. And that's what the difference is between GreenFare Organic Cafe and every other restaurant out there. Because let's think about it. Denise and I were talking on the way over here. What makes GreenFare different? What's their concept, and how is that different from basically every other restaurant concept out there?
Well, it's a health food restaurant, and there
Well, what does that
aren't many other restaurants labeled health food restaurant. That means anything.
Well, actually, I see it all the time. I see a lot of restaurants. Yeah, they say, "Oh yeah, we have healthy food. This is healthy, whatever." I see the word "healthy" thrown away. It is thrown away. It's thrown around in all different ways. What does it actually mean when GreenFare says it, as opposed to when somebody else says it?
Well, it means anything that you buy there to consume is not going to damage your health. In fact, you're going to get healthier by eating their types of food.
Okay, so you're saying that most other places are not really concerned about your health, no matter what they say, because they're serving you food that we all know, based on evidence, science, and experience, is going to damage your health.
Right.
Okay. Now, in what ways? Well, if someone just doesn't feel good one day, and that's the extent of the damage, I guess they're not going to care. But are these serious things, or are these things that people really shouldn't be bothered with?
Yeah, they're serious chronic things. Those are the things that you're going to avoid by eating at GreenFare.
Okay, and we got a whole list of these things to go through, right? We want to talk to you about basically what can be helped, how you can take control of your health by going to GreenFare. And again, this is complicated. We've explained all the details before about why GreenFare food is different. And we can tell you that, even if you know all these things, the chance of you doing it at your house and not adding a few extra ingredients or messing with it are pretty slim. So we all know how human nature is. So in order to avoid the faults of human nature, you just need to show up here at GreenFare and get your food, right? And before we get into the list too, I want to mention, even if you can't show up here today, click down below on the links. You'll see a bunch of links. One of the links is the meal plan. Basically, it's a 7-meal plan where GreenFare will make you 7 random meals, which are delicious. I know we just picked some up last night. You pick them up Friday night, you pick them up Monday night, but you got to order Monday pickup by noon today. So click on the link, order your 7-meal plan, which is basically 7 random, really delicious meals that meet all these criteria and help you to take control of your own health without you doing anything.
I saw rigatoni in the bag last night. I said that was mine.
Yeah, that's right. Denise claims she's actually written her name on some of these ones that come in. I'm not kidding, right? Yeah, but you guys don't know this. I have to tell you this. That's how badly she wants to eat that dish. All right. So the other thing is they have a class, and the deadline is also today. Click below. It's a 21-day class where you can learn all the details. Instead of watching our videos or randomly tuning in when we're online, go to the class. You'll have people that are there that all want to get better. They all want to do better, and you'll learn all the details in like a regular academic format where you're gonna basically absorb a lot more than these random videos that we have out here. We're just trying to make sure you know that GreenFare is out here and that GreenFare is doing the job that basically no one else is doing that everyone should be doing. It's kind of crazy how messed up things are in the world right now, but at least GreenFare is here. That's the bottom line.
We just hit the highlights in our videos, but you'll actually get the details from Pericles if you go through the Kickstart programs.
Yes, and so it's all below. Click on the links down below. And I think, don't forget about pizza. That's by Wednesday. You got to order that. And they get the new chocolate strawberry pizza now for dessert, which we had last night. Yeah. Okay, so let's get into this. What are these issues that on everyone's health, like things that can go wrong that you can likely control by eating the right food? What are they?
You can avoid or reverse kidney disease.
Heart
disease.
Okay, kidney disease is mainly animal proteins, right? It's basically eating protein from animals. It shuts your kidneys down.
You get it from getting diabetes, and diabetes is from eating a high-fat diet, usually from animal products. But vegans can get diabetes too if they eat vegan junk food full of oil all the time. Yes.
Yes. Well, in terms of kidney disease, I think that a lot of the research right now, and of course all this is subject to change as we learn more, is because of people eating too much protein and the wrong kind. Because animal protein causes cancer, it also shuts the kidneys down, causes kidney stones and things. And how much animal protein, how much animal products here are at GreenFare?
None.
Okay.
There's zero.
Okay, good.
Name another restaurant that offers that. There aren't very many.
That's right. Well, also one that will also promise you all these other things. Not promise. Well, what they do is they produce food in the most optimal way so that your health is going to be optimized, and hopefully, basically, if you're not already doing that, and who is? Nobody. You're going to see some massive benefits in a lot of these categories, if not all of them. So what are the next one?
So you can avoid having a stroke or a heart attack.
That's because of what coronary artery disease, right? Circulatory system problems. All of that builds up over time by eating what? The wrong food. You notice a pattern? Each of these things builds up over time, over a long period of time, by eating the wrong food over a long period of time. And if every restaurant out there doesn't do what GreenFare does here, by giving you the right food, then you're eating the wrong food all the time, every day. So it's no wonder why everybody has these chronic conditions. And we're gonna name like 20 of them, right? But I bet you probably know, every person you know probably has at least one, if you're over 50 like we are.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you can avoid colon cancer, and men are more susceptible to prostate cancer if they consume dairy. You won't find dairy.
There's no dairy at all. Then how do they make cheese over here?
With cashews.
It's house-made, so it's low-fat. It's not like the basically junk food cheeses that you get that are plant-based in the grocery store. This is like high-end stuff that you can only get at GreenFare. Again, we're telling you this because you need to know, why am I going to go to GreenFare? This is why. There's so many reasons.
You can avoid high blood pressure, or otherwise called hypertension, because they don't have salt in any other food at GreenFare.
Wait, hold on. Let's clarify. There's no salt at all in their food, or they don't add any salt?
They don't add any salt.
Okay, because all plants, because all they have is plants here, right? All plants naturally contain sodium, like they naturally contain protein, like they naturally contain fiber.
Yeah.
But they all have, also, nature does this. If humans are designed to eat plants in the right amounts automatically, right? So why would you ever need to add salt?
You don't, because sodium's a mineral that comes from the
ground.
Rock.
You're eating crushed rock. Someone told me that recently. John Margharita, if you're out there listening.
Yeah, it's not good for you. Salt actually causes tiny gashes in your veins.
Yeah, because you're eating crushed rocks, and basically people are addicted to it. It's too bad. But what you should be addicted to is really good tasting plants. And if the plants taste really good, why would you ever need to add salt?
Yeah, you don't. Because all the food is already spiced at GreenFare.
Yeah, but you do need to readjust your taste buds. Let's be realistic about this.
Yeah.
If you've gone a lifetime, like decades of eating food blasted with sodium, which is almost everyone, then you're going to need a period of adjustment in there. But just know that when you get through that period of adjustment, you're going to have massive benefits to your health.
It takes about a week. I just recently threw out my salt shaker. I put it way in the back of the cupboard because Mike was on my case about having vision problems.
Who would be on your, I would be on, oh, you're,
He said that
well,
that's
actually,
caused by high sodium diet.
well, actually, one of the things that's weird about high sodium diets, in addition to causing high blood pressure, okay, and actually I got a new blood pressure monitoring watch, by the way, which is pretty cool. Denise likes the band, it's like blue and purple. But anyway, one of the things about this is like I used to do long distance running, and long distance runners, they take sodium pills. You know why? So you retain water. You retain all this stuff in your body that shouldn't be retained. The only reason why you're retaining it is so that you don't have to drink all the time and you're not peeing all the time, in a long distance run.
You don't have to stop and drink. You can pack it in.
But
like
that's
a
not
camel.
normal. That should tell you why adding sodium is not normal, unless you're a long distance runner.
You can avoid PCOS if you're
What's
a woman.
PCOS?
Polycystic ovarian syndrome.
Cysts on your ovaries. Cysts on your ovaries. And it's probably I think the science most likely points to dairy as the culprit for that. Yeah, it's kind of crazy that dairy does so many things, but it's the milk of another species. It's the milk of another animal. I understand the whole breastfeeding thing for babies and humans. That makes total sense to me. But does it make sense to us to drink milk from the breast of a cow?
No, makes no sense.
Or any other animal for that matter? None. It's only going to cause problems is the bottom line.
And there are a bunch of autoimmune disorders that you can make better by going on a whole food plant-based diet, like lupus.
MS too, right?
MS, yeah.
Yeah, all kinds of things that people have thought has been like a mystery, very mysterious. Well, it is very mysterious if we drink the milk of another species too. That's also very mysterious. I don't think, for some reason, most of society hasn't put that together yet, but I think people are awakening, and GreenFare is completely woken up to this, okay? And like I said, they're not like any other restaurant. Other restaurants don't look at it like this. Other restaurants don't look at, oh, this is food. This is like the foundation of your health. This is going to allow you to take control of your own health and actually maximize fun out of life and minimize disease. They don't look at it that way. But GreenFare, like every item. By the way, this is every item on the menu too. Not just some. It's every single item.
So you can avoid obesity.
Yeah, sorry, there's a party over here now. It's getting kind of loud. We got to talk louder.
You can step away.
Yeah, we'll walk back a little bit. Okay, there you go. Avoid obesity. Why is that? It's because of low caloric density and low percentage of calories and fat in all of GreenFare's food. And the opposite is true almost anywhere else you go. Any other prepared food, I don't care how healthy or how many times they have the word health printed on their package, you're probably going to get high caloric density, high percentage of calories and fat, high levels of sodium, all these things. You're not going to get any of that at GreenFare. That's the difference. I mean, we're not making this up. We didn't make a mistake here and forget about something. I just want to make sure that you guys know that if you're still watching at this point or if you're just tuning in, this is important stuff.
You can avoid symptoms of MS
Yeah.
or avoid MS altogether by eating the right stuff.
We had a doctor from PCRM at one of our events that we do through our nonprofit, plantbaseddiet.org. By the way, I'm also a lifestyle nutritionist. But she talked about how she reversed MS basically by honing in on the root cause, which in her case was saturated fat. Some people are hypersensitive to saturated fat. Is there, Denise, do you know, is there any benefits to consuming saturated fat?
None. And almost all animal products have saturated fat.
Yes, and also not just animal products, though. It's not limited. Coconut oil is one of the worst. If you don't ever have any oils that are plant-based, okay, those are. And how much oil is in the food here at GreenFare?
None. There's nothing
no
but
added oil.
coconut
Right?
oil
Yeah.
in there.
And all plants naturally contain trace amounts of oil because it's fat, but you don't add oil as a food. It's a food-like product. Your body doesn't react well to it. It actually tries to shut down and complain at you nonstop, which is called disease. And most people don't recognize it as that.
You can avoid arthritis by having a whole food plant-based diet.
I think that's also a dairy thing too. Yeah. So many of these things.
Animal products. It's inflammation in your joints.
Yeah, caused by eating the wrong type of protein. Right. Where do you get your protein?
Yeah.
Where do you get your fiber is the real question. That's what you need to ask. Because how much fiber is in animal products?
None.
And how much fiber is in ultra-processed plant-based foods?
Usually none.
Yeah, so is this stuff ultra-processed or is it minimal or mostly whole food?
It's minimally
So it's
processed.
chock with fiber. Most people don't get anywhere near enough fiber. Also, no mystery why most people have some form of illness, especially once they get over 50. Like I said, I'm 52, Denise is 51. It's not a good scene when you get over 50, unless you're eating the right food. That's all you have to do. It's not like a big deal or anything, especially if you're in the DC area. if you're outside the DC area, let your friends know about this place because it's only in the DC area. We travel the world. We know no other place exists like this right now. But if you're in the DC area, you got no excuse. Pick up your meals, like we said, order them with the links below. Pick up 7 meals on Monday between 5 and 7 p.m.
So you can avoid or stop the progression of Alzheimer's or dementia.
And what's the new word for Alzheimer's and dementia? It's diabetes type 3.
We're calling it type 3 diabetes.
Yeah.
It's from eating too much fat, especially saturated fat.
And how much are these high-fat foods that they have? Which ones are the high-fat foods here at GreenFare?
None of them. Well, maybe they're desserts.
But they seem they're filling. They're filling. Some of these foods I feel have a rich taste and are filling. Yeah. But they're not high in fat. It is possible to do that. Unfortunately, there are no other restaurants doing it. So you have to come to GreenFare, but at least GreenFare is here.
You're not going to feel like crap after eating their food.
Oh my gosh, I'm in a food coma. Well, that's not usually a good thing, actually. Not unless you're eating 4 or 5 GreenFare entrees at once, in which case I don't think you could even do that. I don't think I could even do that.
So you can avoid GERD, gastric, intestinal, reflux disease.
Somebody I know has that. Oh, somebody in the video. Photobomber, yeah. Somebody I know has that. Who is that?
Gastroesophageal reflux disease.
Yeah.
Me, I used to have it really badly. I had surgery for it.
Did the surgery work? Did the surgery solve the issue?
No, it worked temporarily, but once I went back to my old eating habits and consuming soda,
which was like 10 minutes later.
I had to go back to taking medication twice a day.
So it's the food. It's the food. Take control of your own health with the food. It's all about the food, people. And where do you get the food? Where do you get the food to take control of your health? Where?
GreenFare or the produce
department. Can't you just go to any restaurant? Why are we talking about GreenFare?
No. If you go to any restaurant, you're going to come out with GERD.
Yeah, that's right. You're exactly right.
And arthrosis and everything else.
Yeah.
You can avoid leaky gut or diverticulitis.
That's right. That's another thing that's caused by so many things that basically out of balance because you're not eating the right food. You're not eating the food you're designed for. You're not eating plants. You're not eating fiber. You're consuming oil and high-fat foods. All these things cause that condition. They cause it.
Too much processed food.
Yeah.
You can avoid sleep issues. You slept all night last night.
Yeah, I don't have any problem sleeping.
Got up once.
Yeah, because a lot of people say stress, and it can be stress. It can be a lack of exercise also. If you're not tired, you're not going to sleep. That's pretty straightforward, right?
But I have a stressful job, and I still slept last night. We didn't even exercise much yesterday.
Yeah, well we did go to the mall. It was raining, so we went inside and did some mall walking.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the fiber also balances yourself, right? When you eat high glycemic foods, which you will not find at GreenFare, you find low, and you eat lots of fiber, that combination just keeps you in balance, keeps you at an even keel, and then when it's time to go to bed, you go to bed. We got the market manager over there. He's the one photobombing us.
Low energy.
Low energy.
I have better energy now that I eat better. I don't.
Did I have any energy this morning when I woke up at like 4:30 or 5 or whenever I got it? Way ahead of the alarm, by the way. On a Saturday.
Started bugging me and asking questions about our plans for the day.
I spring out of bed just like a jack in the box.
You can avoid mood
and I'm
swings.
52.
How does food affect your mood and depression?
Okay, it goes back to the fiber and the gut health and the serotonin, because serotonin is produced mainly in your gut. Your gut doesn't work right if you don't get enough fiber. If you're eating also really high-fat foods, you're coating your gut in all kinds of crap that's never designed to be in there, not on those types of volumes. So you guys basically got to remain in balance by the food you're eating. That's it. When you remain in balance with the food, your gut's in balance, your brain's in balance. It's really not that complicated. And like I said, there's also an exercise component. A lot of people, including us, you need to get some daily moving exercise. You're designed to move, and actually get a stand-up desk if you can. Don't sit down. Sitting is the new smoking. That's a whole other topic. But you move more automatically if you're not sitting down. If you're walking at stand-up desk. And we're going to run later. That's why I get to run stuff.
Squirrel. How do you avoid ADHD?
Same thing. You avoid the processed foods, which are high glycemic index, and you get foods that are loaded with fiber, because most people don't get anywhere near enough fiber. Like, not even close. Like, if you're out there watching me, you probably don't get enough fiber. I'm telling you right now, okay? I was this way until I really started concentrating on it. And when I say concentrating, I mean eating almost all plants, almost all whole or minimally processed plants, and not Metamucil, not some kind of fiber substitute, right?
Yeah, that's silica. That's not even real plant fiber.
Yeah. So that's how you remain. If you're talking about ADD, ADHD, all this stuff, It's the food. The answer is the same. I know Dr. Michael Clapper says this a lot. It's the food. You want to know what the cause, what the answer is? Same thing. It's the food.
How do I get rid of eczema?
I hope that's not another victim of the standard American diet. So you can
It usually is.
Okay.
Most ambulances are out chasing heart attack victims. Usually right after they had bacon and eggs or steak.
That's right. They had bacon and eggs this morning. Don't do that. That's why you don't want to have bacon and eggs. Don't make that be you. Okay, so come out here, like I said, you get your produce. There's farmers there with organic produce. There's GreenFare. Any prepared food, where do you have to go? You have to go to GreenFare if you want to optimize your health. What were you saying?
Eczema.
Eczema. That's like your skin's all messed up, right? In different ways. And that's like genetic, right? It's all genetic, and you can't do anything about it.
It's not. It has nothing to do with genetics. If you have it, try going on a whole food plant-based diet.
What's whole food plant-based? Okay, it's all like the 50 different things that GreenFare does differently than anybody else. You have to do them all to get the maximum benefit. And each time you eliminate one, you're not going to be able to optimize your health in that category.
How about constipation? What causes that?
I don't know, but I got to go number 2 right now. Can you hold the camera? Actually, I go number 2 at least once a day. That's a good slogan. Go number 2 at least once a day, sometimes more, and it's because of all the fiber. And what does it do? It cleans your gut out, and it keeps a good bacteria flora in there, which is what you need. It's the only way to get it. If that's not happening, your gut bacteria are messed up. And I can't even tell you what's wrong with you, but I'm sure lots of things if your gut bacteria are messed up.
If you fix it, you can avoid eating highly processed food. That's how I fixed it.
Yeah.
So what causes extremely bad breath and body odors on your feet and armpits and everywhere?
From my personal experience, I'll tell you with me, it was the dairy. I was vegetarian. I still had bad breath, smelly feet. I had earwax production like you wouldn't believe. And all of that I thought was genetic, truly. Thought it was genetic because it definitely runs in my family. But so does the diet and teaching me about all the habits, okay?
Recipes run in the family too.
Yes, I mean, and it wasn't until I gave up the dairy, and you got to give it time. I've actually been vegan now, completely dairy-free, only plants since 2014. And the body takes 7 years to completely regenerate all the cells. So I am just now finally getting the last of the benefits. It takes that long.
So my friend had IBS. How do you get rid of that?
Well, don't eat fast food and all this other stuff, or any kind of processed food. I don't cause it. It's just, it's a lack of, it's high-fat foods and a lack of fiber. It's basically it. Okay, because if you're eating high-fat foods, foods that have a high percentage of calories from fat, you have to calculate that most of the time. And you're not eating enough fiber, you're screwing up your gut bacteria and your entire gut environment, and that's what causes it. Irritable bowel syndrome.
True story. I saw a doctor for hemorrhoids once, and he asked me how my diet was. That was the first doctor that ever asked me about my diet.
What did that doctor say you had to do with your diet?
Well, he didn't say anything. I just said I eat like crap. I was 23. I said I eat like my diet's horrible. He said, well, that's your problem. But he just wanted to go into my
general horrible. But see, if we go in generalities like this, then you would say that you could probably go to most restaurants or most food places, pick up some prepared food at Whole Foods or whatever, and you're gonna be all good, right?
Right.
But no, that's not the case. Even the prepared food at grocery stores, including Whole Foods, is not made like the GreenFare food. There is a massive difference, okay? And if you don't know all the other differences, we're only going into the likely health benefits you could potentially have. I know we're not giving out specific advice. We're just talking about general stuff here, but we're not even talking about exactly how they do the food. That's a whole other video.
So when I go to the gym, should I bring a whole gallon of water and suck it down like those guys who carry the heavy barbells?
Well, if you eat like most people, yes, because you're eating dehydrated food and you have to supplement with water. If you're eating some really water-laden foods like GreenFare prepared foods or Whole Foods from the farmers over there, they have such a high percentage of water in there. I hardly need to add water anytime. And I'm going to the bathroom, it's running clear. I mean, the more you eat like this, the more you realize this is how humans are designed to eat. You can't escape this. This is the truth.
I looked this up once. Cucumbers are 80% water, so don't eat a whole bunch of them and then jump in the car for a long car ride.
Yeah. Be sensible about it. That's right.
Same thing with watermelon.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we've done that. We learned the hard way. So that was my whole list.
All right, well, that's it. That's a lengthy list. My arms are tired. I got a great workout holding this phone during this video. And it's a great day out here. Remember, GreenFare will be here until noon. And if you can't catch them here, no problem. You go to the location in Herndon on Eldon Street. Every day except Sunday, they are open 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And if you need the food, if all this is like Greek to you, all the stuff we were talking about, and you're like, what are you talking about? You're not doctors? Yeah, we're not doctors. I'm a nutritionist. I talk about what to eat. Okay, all we're telling you is what to eat. Just try this food and see what happens if you have a medical condition. Of course, keep seeing your doctor because your doctor's probably going to have to pull you off your meds, okay? You're definitely going to want to see your doctor because if you're taking meds and you don't need to take meds, you'll learn firsthand why there are such ridiculous negative health side effects to taking pharmaceuticals, and we want you to avoid them if you can.
Even if you're fine, but your parents have heart disease or diabetes or they're suffering from dementia, bring them out here and get them to make some changes.
That's right. And if you can't make it here, like I said, the regular restaurant location, or click down below because you can still order your 7 meals for pickup on Monday or Friday, but Monday's deadline is noon today, right? And you're gonna get some really cool meals, and you're gonna want to write your name on them, like Denise, and no one else takes them in your household. All you gotta do is heat them up. You do nothing, no shopping. All you gotta do is heat it up. It's so easy. It's ridiculous. I mean, this is like such a resource. You will hopefully thank us, and you don't have to thank us. But I just want you to go here because everyone should be going to a place like this. Everyone should have a place like this, and it's only in the DC area. So do that, and also don't forget you can sign up for the class, 21-day class if you want to learn in an academic environment here at GreenFare. But you got to sign up today. The link is below also. And that starts in a couple days, right? On the 31st, I think?
Yeah.
So that's it.
So recently, Andrew Fletcher from Depeche Mode, one of my favorite keyboardists, died of natural causes at the age of 60.
Yeah, who dies of natural causes at the age of 60?
That's not natural causes.
No way. That means I got 8 years left, people.
He should have changed his diet. I wish I could have taken him to GreenFare.
Yeah, seriously. If people's expectations of a natural lifespan are 60 years old, something is terribly, terribly wrong, which we know it is terribly wrong because there's only one restaurant like GreenFare that we already know it's terribly wrong. There should be 1 million restaurants. All restaurants should have to meet these standards. So anyway, enjoy your Saturday and holiday weekend, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Happy Memorial Day.
Yeah, bye.